Truce?
Truce.
This is the season of Kiara and JJ. This is what the fans have been waiting. I mean, we put those photos up, and the fact that they were just like looking at each other face to face, all of our readers were losing their mind.
Like an inch away with our hands, and people are zooming in.
Did you feel any pressure with that? I mean, I think I would. And B, like, why do you think, just a little bit, why do you think now is the time that, for both of them, seems like the right time for them to kind of meet up?
I think when Kiara looks at JJ, she kind of sees like the life that she wants. She wants to be as free-spirited, and it's a touch ungrateful for what she has, but those things that she has doesn't hold value to her. And I think she finds like comfort in that free-spirited nature in JJ.
He's also kind of a gaping wound of need and wanting to be loved.
Just a little. That's hilarious.
I can fix that. Yeah, Kiara's like, I could. Yeah.
Put your head on
Mommy, sorry. Mommy.
It's giving very much. Everything's gonna be okay.
I know we've been through a lot, but we're still good, right?
John B has quite the emotional roller coaster this season. Gets his dad back and loses him a couple episodes later.
Dad.
This is a lot for this kid to have endured in just a few seasons' time.
I definitely don't wish to be in his shoes. With season 3 in particular, this idea of putting your father, who's been missing, on this crazy pedestal and doing everything and putting all of his friends through, you know, the ringer to get to his father.
Yeah.
Only to realize that, you know, maybe this guy doesn't have the best intentions, or he does, they're just a little bit offline. It was fun and it was challenging, you know, because you still want to make sure that you show that love for this individual, but also you're disconnected and it's hard to be in two places at once. So it was, when I saw the scripts, I was like, oh boy, thanks Jonas, Josh, and Shannon. You're really gonna throw me for a loop here. But you know, challenge was accepted, and I'm really proud of the work we did this year.
You're my gold.
And was I your gold? You were strangling me?
Madelyn, I know that we focus a lot on John B and the trauma that he's had, but I feel like Sarah has had a ton of trauma over the past few seasons. Talk to me about where she's at the end of this season. How is she feeling about John B, about her family?
Oh God, the family dynamics are so complicated. I think kind of like a really, really painful place of resolve. Family is kind of just this hollow pain, just getting hurt time and time again. And I think with John B, I think she's realizing that, you know, with something that you love and something that's meant to be, it will always be there and it will always show up for you. But hold on to what you have, if you love it. And, you know, sometimes you learn that the hard way. Sometimes you hit your head against the wall like 15 times before you realize you don't have to do that anymore.
The wall named Topper, right? That's what we're just going with that, right?
It's the wall named Love Triangle.
I love that all of the treasure hunting, for lack of a, you know, less generic term, for Pope becomes very personal, right? It's very much part of like his family legacy. Can you talk to me a little bit about whether Pope thinks the rest of the group understands what it means to him?
You know, it's very personal to John B as well. You know, it's directly connected to his father, and you know, he lost his father over it. So I definitely think he sympathizes with Pope in that way. It's not only about getting this treasure and having this thing, but it's about proving a lot of people wrong, proving a lot of yourself right, and making sure the world kind of knows your name. I feel like these kids have all kind of been stepped on their whole lives and thrown away. Like, they literally call themselves a throwaway fish, you know? So it is personal for all of them, and I definitely think they understand that too. Even Sarah, like, the first thing she thought was like, oh, Pope needs to know this cross is still out there.
Yeah.
Because they all, you know how important it is to him, and not only him, but to history in general. You know, it's a big symbol. So I definitely think his friends are supportive of that.
Yeah, I love the scene in the second season where we're at the church and you give an incredible speech about the value of this cross.
These sick dogs on his wife and his kids, and when he tried to go get her remains, they hung him. Well, I'm done. I'm tired of that shit. That is not how this is gonna end.
All of us kind of stand there and you're walking out and you're like, you guys coming with me? And me and Rudy have this moment where we're like, are we gonna come? Yeah, of course we're gonna come.
He asked that, but he knew the answer. Like, I'm gonna say it, but I know you're coming. So let's get going. You know?
Yeah, and I think that's the beauty of this friend group. You know, is we respect each other's individual story. In Pope's journey as well, you know, this is history, this is legacy, this is his family's, you know, this is generational situation. So it was really cool to see Jonathan play that arc, and I told him at the end of the second season and stand to it. I was so dang proud of him.
Thank you, man. It's weird he called me Jonathan. He usually calls me JD. That was a weird experience for me.
I just lose control in moments like that, and I don't know what happened. I'm trying to get better, okay?
Drew, so every time we see Rafe, it looks like he's becoming a good guy, right? And then he does something to disprove that. Do you think that Rafe has any redeeming qualities?
This is like, it's the hardest question to answer, and I love the question because it challenges me. I think everybody has redeeming qualities about them for sure. You know, I think with him it's a little harder to find them, but yeah, of course. I mean, I think there's good in everyone, although it may not seem like it with him a lot most of the time.
I'm not the bad guy you think I am, okay? But even if I was just like bad Rafe Cameron or something, you got no choice.
But yeah, I mean, I think that's what's interesting about the show is like these characters aren't like just two-dimensional, you know, teenagers or whatever. I think it's, you know, they're complex and they're going through their own internal battles and they're trying to be better people, but they're just making a lot of mistakes along the way.